Peace, family, Brother Lagas. And here on this spiritual Sunday, this sermon, I had something that I was going to talk about, something I was prepared to share with you. But then someone sent me this beautiful and thought-provoking, I guess maybe a poem or just a concept or idea. And I wanted to share that instead because I thought it was really deep. So I'm going to read it off to you. There's someone that messaged me on Facebook. They said, it's titled Used versus Loved. While the man was polishing his new car, his 6-year-old son picked up a stone and scratched lines on the side of the car. In anger, the man took the child's hand and hit it many times, not realizing he was using a wrench. At the hospital, the child lost his fingers due to multiple fractures. When the child saw his father, with painful eyes, he asked, "Dad, when will my fingers grow back?" The man was so hurt and speechless. He went back to his car and kicked it a lot of times, devastated by his own actions. Sitting in front of that car, he looked at the scratches. The child had written, "Love you, Dad." The next day, that man committed suicide. Anger and love have no limits. Choose the latter to have a beautiful, lovely life. Things are to be used. People are to be loved. But the problem in today's world is that people are used and things are loved. In this year, let's be careful to keep this thought in mind. Things are to be used. People are to be loved. Watch your thoughts. They become words. Watch your words. They become actions. Watch your actions. They become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. I thought that was beautiful. I thought that was a great insight. Now, there comes a place and time for every action, for everything, for every concept, for every perspective. There's a time for peace, there's a time for war. So this has nothing to do with necessarily how we treat thy enemy or how we treat thy neighbor. That's not what it's about. It's just about family. It's just focused on the loved ones, the ones close to us. So take it in that respect. You always want to keep things in context. This is about family. And it's important to remember the difference between a person and a thing. It's important to remember that things can be replaced. Even money's the easiest to be replaced. It's not that you can't have any attachment to your things or that you can't have pride in what you have. You should treat the things that you have with pride. You should treat them with respect, but never put these things above people, especially your family, especially your loved ones, especially your significant other, especially your children. Never put them above that. And most importantly, think before you do. And probably even more importantly, train your mind now on how to react and how to see and perceive certain aspects of your life. This is why it's so important to have principles, because sometimes you're just going to react, and sometimes life requires you to just react right now in the moment. You don't have the time to think about it. So if you did not prepare and instill certain principles in you, a certain thought and ideas and perceptions within yourself, you might get caught up in the world and make a mistake like the man did in the spoken word poem or story. That's all it's really trying to say. At least that's what I'm trying to say. Is that one, yes, you want to think before you do, but you also want to train your thoughts before you ever even get put into the situation. And then you also want to train your children before they ever get put into the situation. You want to even train them on how to train themselves, on how to look at themselves. so that they can continue their training after they have left the nest, when they go on their own. The training doesn't stop with the parents. You have to continue to train yourself. That's why developing self is such a big thing, and it's been such a big thing for quite some time now. It's developing and training yourself beyond just the moments in time when you're being reared by your guardians. So that's it for this Spiritual Sunday. I just want to give you some deep food for thought for you to look at how do you treat people versus how do you treat your things. How do you treat your money versus how you treat your family? Who is on the higher pedestal? Who are you treating with more respect, or what are you treating with more respect? Are you living a life of love? When it comes to your family, now we're talking about family. Are you living a life of materialism because of a lack of love? That's the thing that keeps us so attached to the material, is when we lack the spiritual love with others and with ourselves. I hope this helps. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.